Hello and welcome to another edition of Jam Sports Hour. I'm Mike, your host as always, here with Javi
Bo Gardner.
and AV.
Hey, how's it going? Hi.
It is almost 4 o'clock on June 24th. A couple things going on in the sports world. We got Kevin Love opting out of his contract. But this podcast today is baseball centered. We talked about the American League yesterday, and today we're going to talk about the National League. Anything you guys want to say about the American League that we missed yesterday?
No, not really. I stand by everything I said.
All right. Thank you, Javi. Vides, anything you want to say?
Yes, I apologize for picking Max Scherzer to win the AL Cy Young Award. I think he can win both if he really wanted to at this point, but that's not the rule. So for the AL, I'm going to pick Chris Archer.
All right. There you have it. Well, let's get right into the National League. First up, we're going to talk about the National League East. We got Washington in first place at 38-33. They won 4 straight, 7 of the last 10. Really starting to play some good baseball lately. Swept the Pirates. Won the first game against the Braves and play the Braves against tonight. What do we think of them? Max Scherzer, dominant as always. Strasburg came back last night, pitched very well. What do we think?
They're the most talented team in the MLB, and they've been struggling. They had a lot of injuries in the beginning of the season, but now with Strasburg coming back, Harper's still doing his thing. I think they'll make it. I'll spoil it right now. I think they're going to make it to the World Series. Just too much talent to not make it there. Too much pitching. Max Scherzer's unreal. As I said before, I think he can win both the Cy Young in both leagues right now, and even though he plays in the NL. So yeah, I think they'll finish in first. I'm gonna spoil it right now. I don't care. even though I think Ian Desmond is one of the most overrated players in the MLB.
Ian Desmond?
Yes, he is.
I agree.
He's by far one of the most overrated. He's hitting .220 this year, 5 home runs and 18 RBIs, and this is his contract year, and he's not even doing that well. He's definitely before the season, you could say that he was going to get a $100 million contract. I don't think so anymore.
Fair.
He struggled for the past two seasons.
I agree with that. Javier likes Ian Desmond.
Indeed, I do. And I stand by that love.
All right.
Because I think that he's doing so poorly that at some point he's going to step up big. And, hit for power like he usually does. But it is really concerning how just awful he's been lately. Really bad.
So you think he's just one day he's just going to break out? Is that what you're trying to say?
That is correct.
He's going to break out one of these days? Okay.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
Okay.
All right.
But about the Nationals, the weird thing about them is they're doing really well, and they have a few actually not even just a few, a lot of really bad developments. Strasburg has not been good this year. He had a good game the other day, but I mean it's Atlanta. Think what you want about them.
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got Rendon, who was hurt. Desmond's been in a huge slump. And then what's his face? Who am I forgetting? Doug Fister's hurt. When is he coming back, by the way?
Soon.
Okay. Soon. All right. They just have a lot of... And then Ryan Zimmerman just got hurt. I think it's really nice that they're in first. Even though they've had so many problems. Both with health and just how people have been playing.
Fister's back. What are you saying?
All right, my bad. That's why I asked. I don't know everything, Vides.
I thought you did, but I'm wrong.
Yeah, I do.
I do.
I don't even know what I was going to say anymore. Just the Nationals are good.
You're saying about Jordan Zimmerman.
Oh yeah, Jordan Zimmerman. Yeah, Jordan Zimmerman. Well, I was saying Ryan Zimmerman.
Not doing
how he's
well.
hurt, but Jordan Zimmerman is he's another free agent at the end of the year too. So that's going to be interesting. What happens with him?
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like all these national players that are supposed to be free agents are just going to lose their like they're losing a bunch of money just by struggling.
Mhm.
Like even Jordan Zimmerman, I don't view him as a $100 million man anymore. I don't view Desmond as a $100 million man. Fister's a free agent. I don't think not even before the season he wasn't a $100 million man. But yeah, it's gonna be interesting for them next year. And all this Bryce Harper when he's a free agent in like 3 more years, like it's pretty annoying that people are already talking about it.
I mean, he's been lighting it up, so which is
I know,
great to see, by the way. And I love to see all the people who used to hate on him just be like, "Oh yeah, he's amazing."
I've been a Bryce Harper fan since day one.
I don't think I've been one since day one, and I've never been like a particular lover of Harper. But I always thought it was ridiculous how this is like a 22-year-old. You know, he's not just going to get picked first overall, have so much hype behind him, be called like the LeBron James of baseball, and just, after like 2 seasons, he's a bust. No, it just doesn't work that way, in my opinion.
Doug Fister looks like he's going to start tomorrow for the Nationals.
Yeah. So, once again, wrong Javi. Wrong Javi. What are you doing there, Javi? I know who else has been a surprise, too. Yudel Escobar.
Yeah, that's very true. He's batting .325.
Is he really?
Yeah.
I was surprised,
What?
too. Yeah, he just needed a change of... He just needed, like, a change of scenery. That's probably what
apparently.
His on-base percentage still a little low, but, I mean, he's just been raking.
And we can't talk about the Nationals and not talk about Danny Espinosa's mustache.
Oh my god.
That thing is A1. What?
He hasn't been too bad.
No, he's been pretty good.
He's been okay. I mean, not great, but I think that's been terrible. He's not like Desmond level.
He's been better than Desmond, though.
Yeah, honestly, yes. Everyone's been better than Desmond.
And then you have the igniter of the club, Dan Uggla.
Dan.
Okay, I think when we start talking about Dan Uggla, I think that's time to move on.
Yeah, indeed.
All right. Next up, the New York Mets sitting at 36-36. A little bit of a skid. Lost 6 straight. Looking to turn things around against the Brewers. Already lost 1 against the Brewers. What do we think of them?
To all the Mets fans out there, sorry you're not going to the World Series this year, despite their strong start. But they have a lot of interesting pieces for the future. Obviously, Harvey's been great. Well, no, having him, is great. He hasn't been that great.
This is true.
He's going to be inconsistent, though. He's coming off an injury. And then Jacob deGrom is really, like, the only thing I feel like talking about when it comes to the Mets, because he's been absurdly good. Like a lot of people were thinking, he's going to, go backwards this year, sophomore slump, because people weren't even expecting him to do good last year. But he's doing even better, arguably, than he was last year, which is, I don't know if it's sustainable to this degree, but I think it shows that he's definitely, like, for real. Like, it wasn't just a fluke.
Yeah, their pitching staff is so good. They have, like 7 or 8 guys that could start in the MLB right now. I mean, honestly, I think that they just want Nice out of the rotation and put in Steve Matz. I don't know if they can do that, but it's just they definitely have the best pitching staff in the MLB.
Yeah, I mean, DeGrom, Harvey, Bartolo. I mean, Bartolo's my boy. And we kind of Noah Syndergaard.
I disagree a little bit, though. I think that on paper the Nationals still have the best starting rotation in the league.
I agree. But
Yeah, they're performing great. Their pitching is the only reason they're
Yeah,
relevant. Honestly, just
Yeah, their
a lot
offense
of
isn't that
exciting
great.
stuff.
Yeah, they pretty much, have no offense.
They haven't traded for Troy Tulowitzki yet either, which may surprise some people.
I don't see that trade happening anytime soon.
Me either.
yeah. Tulo's not going to get traded. I think he's just going to be a free agent and leave.
Yeah.
Isn't his contract up in 2020 though?
Yeah,
Something like that. But
if this keeps up, I don't think they're ever going to trade him. To be honest, they're asking for so much for this guy.
Yeah.
they need to just trade
It's
him.
going to get to a point. Dude, it's going to get to a point where he's not going to be the same level that he is now, and they're going to ask for so much.
You're starting to see that,
chance
too.
give-
I mean, he's still been great this year, but just the numbers, his strikeout rate and stuff like that, have been way up. So you're not going to get what you could have got for him a while ago. And considering his health issues, everyone knows that. I don't think they're going to trade him. It's going to be a mistake because they're going to miss out on whatever. I would just trade him for almost anything at this point, because you're obviously not going to win. I mean, the Rockies are not a very good team. Bless you.
Thank you.
You're very welcome.
All right. Anything else about the Mets? I mean, a lot of nice pitching pieces. It'd be nice to see them get a hitter up in here, but until that happens, I don't really see him going anywhere.
Yeah, they have some cool players offensively. They've got Duda, who's good.
Yeah.
I'm a big fan of Duda.
And
And
Murphy.
Lagar is a good defender, but there's not really enough there. And David Wright isn't going to fix that. You know what I mean? He's another guy on the decline. He's going to be good, but not enough to make them a legitimate threat on offense.
Yeah. Murphy's starting a rehab assignment soon. I think today actually. So he'll be back and give them a little boost, but I don't see him changing anything. I mean, they've averaged in this losing streak. They've averaged, 6, 8, 1.2 runs per game in the last 6 games. That's
Jeez.
just ugly. All right, the Atlanta Braves. Everyone's picked to be second worst in this division.
And
Sitting at 35 and 36, game winner 500. 3 of their last 4. 4 of their last 6. I mean, they're not playing terrible baseball, but they're playing about 500 ball.
Yeah, they should be a lot worse.
Mhm.
I think it was the consensus around them, but they've been. I think this is a good development for them. I mean, Freddie Freeman's been good. Shelby Miller's been really good for them after that Jason Hayward trade. But this is. I don't see them staying here regardless. You know what I mean? I just feel like
Right.
the next team we're going to talk about is going to overtake them at some point. Hopefully.
Yeah, they're not good enough.
They just don't have enough right now. They're obviously in the rebuilding
Yeah, but-
process.
I know, but the future, man. If you look into their future, if I took a crystal ball and looked into their future, it's pretty good. They have so many good prospects that they traded for in the Upton trade,
Yeah.
and they have Peraza coming up to play second. They have Whistler. They just have a lot of good pitching, young pitching.
Tukey.
They have,
They just got Tukey in that trade, which is a crazy trade. We
yeah, what the heck? You basically gave up. They get
the
I
Diamondbacks.
don't understand. I don't have any word for that trade.
I mean, it was
I don't have any words.
nothing. Basically, I don't know. Bronson Arroyo. I mean, say what you want.
They're just trying to the Diamondbacks are just trying to shed cap, I guess. They're not even cap, just shed money.
I mean, Diamondbacks. We'll talk about them, but they need to stop trading their first round picks.
I don't know what that one.
They're a weird team.
Braxton Davis, first round pick last year.
Folty. Well, he was.
Faulty.
He started off well with them, but then it just didn't go that well.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of talent in their system. Manny Benuelos, that was in the that Yankee trade.
Which I don't like anymore.
A lot of stuff to be excited about if you're a Braves fan, especially if you see them, treading water. Only 3 games back of the lead in the AL East, or NL East. All right. Anything else about Atlanta? Nope.
Not really. I mean, it's surprising how well they've been doing. Not great, but they haven't been as bad as we thought they would be.
Right. All right. Miami, 30-42.
Oof.
8.5 back. Lost 5 of their last 6. I mean,
I would say up there with the likes of the Mariners. One of the most disappointing teams in baseball.
I agree. I mean, Giancarlo Stanton is doing Giancarlo Stanton things, but it's not enough.
Yeah. I mean, he's on pace for like 50 home runs, but...
Over 50.
Over 50. But
he's
they
also
don't have...
He's also on pace for...
What is going on?
He's almost on pace for almost 200 strikeouts, too, so...
Yeah. So he's going to strike out a lot, but he's going to hit like 50 home runs, so he's still a great player.
He's going to go 2 for 4, get you a home run, and strike out twice.
Who, Giancarlo?
Giancarlo, yeah.
He's been cutting down on those strikeouts lately.
But he had 2 the other night. I mean, it's still, yet to be seen with him. He has gotten the average up. His average was down to about 222. He has gotten it back up to about 261.
So that's good. But the rest of the team, when I look at it, they need Jose Fernandez back.
Yeah.
And I honestly think that might be a turning point for them.
Mm-hmm.
Where that takes them, I don't know. But you look at their roster, the only thing worth talking about, I guess, is Giancarlo.
Yep.
And then you've got, everyone knows
Gordon.
about Ozuna. I mean, not Ozuna, I'm sorry.
Yelich.
Yelich. Yelich has not been very good this year, and a lot of people liked him heading into the season, including myself. And Latos. I mean, from the beginning of the season, what did he give up? 8 runs in 2 innings, or 0.2 innings, right?
Something like that.
He got blown up on opening day, so that's not good whatsoever. He's been getting back into it lately, but there's not enough contributors on this team that I don't know how they're going to get better. Like I say, once they get Jose, that's going to be the turning point, but there's a lot more things they need just besides their ace back, and yeah, that's really all I have to say about them. I mean,
Dan Herron
they're just kind of there.
They got Dan Herron at that in the trade this offseason. He's been all right, but they don't really have an ace, not until Jose gets back.
One of the most exciting young pitchers in the league, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, my fault. I forgot about D. Gordon.
Yeah.
D. Gordon's been great for what he does. He's a guy who hits for a high average, no power whatsoever. He has no home runs, only 17 RBIs. But he gets on base and steals bases. I mean, that's good. Like, he's doing what you thought he would be doing.
Exactly.
Can't really say the same for anybody else on that team besides Stan. And Steve Cishek lost the closing job, if that really surprises anyone too much. He was never that amazing, in my opinion, but still. Not a lot is going right for the Marlins.
Yeah. And now the Philadelphia Phillies.
No.
Sitting 26-47. 13 games back. Won 3 straight, believe it or not, but are currently losing 10-0 to the Yankees. Ivan Nova pitching a gem. Probably took him out, probably 5th or 6th inning. But the only really thing to talk about the Phillies is When are they
Michael
gonna
Franco and Cole Hamels.
When are they gonna trade Cole Hamels? And Franco has been, I mean, amazing.
Mm-hmm. That's nice. I mean, good for them. You got to have something to be excited about.
Exactly.
And Michael Franco is providing that. But just look at the team. You got Papelbon. Everyone hates him. And he basically won't get traded to... if I'm not mistaken, he refuses to be traded anywhere unless he's the closer. So there's that.
So that tells me that he's probably going to Toronto.
That's possible. But
that's where I think he's going.
I mean, what are you going to get for him? But whatever. Cliff Lee's done for the season, I believe. That whole thing from last year, they messed up with that. He wasn't ready. This is just what I think. I don't know if this is official or anything. I think they were trying to rush him back. They didn't want him to miss the start of the season.
Mm-hmm.
And they wanted to drive up his trade value. But by rushing him to start the beginning of the season, he didn't do well. He got hurt. And now his career is probably over, which is a shame because he's one of the better pitchers we've seen in a long time.
Yeah. Cliff Lee, I kind of butchered that. Cole Hamels needs to be traded soon. Papelbon.
Ryan Howard is probably untradeable.
Yeah.
And then Chase Utley's been really bad.
Yeah.
Maybe Ben Revere. Maybe they'll trade Ben Revere.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Ben Revere.
Yeah.
He's been doing pretty well.
They do have a couple of top prospects coming up. They got J.P. Crawford and Aaron Nola. Nola was a first-round pick last year, and Crawford was 2 years ago. Both top 100 prospects, top 30 prospects. So they do have, but that's pretty much all they have in their system. Those two players.
Like the Braves almost. Clearly they're in the rebuilding phase. Braves obviously doing a lot better than people expected. Not much to say about the Phillies except for, who are they going to trade, if anyone, and that's most likely going to be Hamels. But, what's going to happen with them? That's really the only thing relevant about the Phillies.
Yeah.
They're probably going to stay last, still be one of the worst teams in baseball.
Yeah. Now, let's go from the worst team in baseball to the best team in baseball, moving on to the Central Division. The St. Louis Cardinals, 46-24. 6-game lead in the Central.
Isn't it crazy how they lost Pujols, one of the best players of our time right now, up there anyway, and they're still really, really good. That just goes to show you how amazing the Cardinals organization is.
Mm-hmm.
Well, some might not say so after this recent hacking incident came out, but
Yeah, well, that's a whole nother story that for a whole nother podcast. But one of the bright spots of the Cardinal season has been Johnny Peralta. 305 average, 11 home runs, 40 RBIs. Pretty.
He's been great.
You're not that high on him though.
He's most likely going to be the starting shortstop for the All-Star on the NL side, unless Troy steps up in a big way over these next few weeks. But just when you look at the team, I would say the only thing that is bad is that Adam Wainwright's out for the year. That takes away their big ace, and I think you need that in order to be a champion. But they have been getting a lot of contributions from guys like Walker, Carlos Martinez,
Lance Lynn.
Oh yeah, Lance Lynn.
Lackey.
Lackey's been okay. They have just such a deep team. Even their closer's good. Rosenthal's been great. Mm-hmm. One of the best closers in the game right now. And then their offense is just stacked. The Jason Hayward trade, hasn't looked good for the majority of the season. Lately, though, he's been stepping up in a big way. I'm still a believer in Jason Hayward. I think that he can... I think this is the season they'll do it, or at least have a big, not bounce back, but, be what people thought he was going to be when he was drafted. And Matt Carpenter's been great.
Matt Holliday.
It's just, they're the best team in baseball right now. Very simple. It's just a shame that Wainwright got hurt. And Adams and Holliday, too. But those guys will at least hopefully be back.
Yeah, I mean, I have the updated All-Star game votings here. Let's just take a look at them real quick. Posey over Molina. Molina's dropped a lot of ground. He's about 1.3 million back. Doesn't look like he's going to catch up.
Yeah, Yachty's great and all, but he's too much of a name right now. He should not be starting.
Matt Adams, 4th place for first base, 2.2 million. Goldie has that pretty much locked up with 5.7 million votes. Colton Wong is in 2nd place in second base, 4 million votes, 1.2 behind D. Gordon of the Marlins. I don't think he may catch up.
Yeah, I mean, and I think both of them deserve it, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. Third base, Matt Carpenter, up 1.2 on Todd Frazier, 5.5 million votes.
I personally think Matt Carpenter's great and all, but Todd Frazier is just ridiculous. Another one of the more underrated players in the game right now.
Yeah.
He's another guy who's just hitting a home run every single day.
Johnny Peralta's leading at shortstop with 5.7 votes. Doesn't look like anyone's going to catch him. He's got over 2 million on Crawford and almost 3 million on Troy. Outfield's what you expect. Harper and Stanton 1-2, but then Holiday, he's still at 4.7. Aoki's right behind him, but he just fractured his leg. So then it's McCutchen. Yeah, interesting stuff this year for the All-Star game. Anything else about the Cardinals? Go ahead,
Going back to what you said about the Cardinals, about their pitching staff, and you said that the Nationals have the best staff on paper. I think that the Cardinals, they may not have the best staff on paper, but I think they perform the best, like, out of any pitching staff in the MLB so far this season. And I think that's one of the main reasons why they can overcome all these injuries, because their pitching depth is also, like, really big. They have, like, Marcos Gonzalez in the minor leagues. Like, it's crazy, and they draft so well.
Yeah, I mean, they got Piscotty down in the minors. Just, Marco Gonzalez. I mean, they got a lot of depth down there. But they're pretty much running away with this division. Doesn't look like anyone's going to catch them.
The Pirates might. I mean, unless if some other injuries happen, I think the Pirates also have just been underperforming a little bit.
Yeah.
But
they've lost 3 of the last 4, but that's after an 8-game winning streak. So the Pirates are sitting at 40-30 right now, 6 games back. Playing the Reds tonight, going head-to-head with a team pretty far back in their division. What do you think about the Pirates?
There's a lot of interesting things with the Pirates. First off, we start with Andrew McCutchen. He's playing hurt. He's got that knee problem.
Mm-hmm.
He's still one of the better players in the league, but I don't think he's going to be like the best because this injury is holding him back. But he's still great. I mean, you gotta love his hustle and all that stuff.
Starling Marte.
Starling Marte, quietly having a breakout season in terms of the power department. I mean, everyone knew he was this guy who could hit for a decent average and steal bases, but now he's hitting for power, which would make him puts him in good company. I mean, he's got 12 home runs on the season, batting .270, and he's got 14 stolen bases. So he's contributing in every major category for the most part. He still does have to work on his plate discipline, but I'm a fan of Marte. His middle name's Javier, so that's another reason I'm a fan of him. But besides that, there's AJ Burnett. Previously on the Phillies is now looking like
and the Yankees.
Looking like a top 20 kind of guy in the early going. I don't think that's sustainable whatsoever, but I do think he's going to be fine. I mean, I guess he was just unhappy in Philly, or hurt, one of the two. But he's been great. Then you've got Liriano, who's also been great.
Garrett Cole.
And, yep, just about to get to him. Garrett Cole, one of the best pitchers in the National League currently. That's over guys like Clayton Kershaw when you look at the numbers. Just, he's been incredible.
Liriano, too?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just said him.
I wasn't paying attention.
I mean,
Sorry.
yeah.
I'll be rent.
It's okay. They also have Mr. Jose Tabata, who everyone currently hates right now.
Tabata.
I'm sorry.
And he is a bitch.
Yeah, everyone hates him for ruining the perfect game. I mean, some people might say he didn't, but I think he kind of did. I mean, it's kind of obvious. But to each their own if you don't think he did. That's just so ridiculous. Like, that's what, like, something I would do when I was, like, 8 years old. That's just ridiculous. Yeah, I would. No, I would. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, that's the other thing. Like, when you see what goes through your mind to be like, oh, I need to get hit right now. Like, I feel like your first instinct is going to be to move. I don't know. I don't know. Like, that's kind of impressive. Like, just to have the state of mind. I don't know.
If the game was close, maybe 1-0, 2-0, fine. I guess I get it. But there was no way they were coming back from that. I mean, it was 6-0. I mean, it's annoying. That's what it is to me.
According to him, though, they were very close to a comeback.
And Scherzer said all the right things afterwards.
Yep. Being a diplomatic guy. That's cool. But we all know. You know. And it's okay if you felt that way, too, Mr. Max. But the Pirates in general, they're unfortunately in a division with the best team in baseball. So maybe they can overtake them. Maybe they have this crazy win streak. But I highly doubt that they're going to catch up. They got a lot of great players, you know. But I just don't see them doing it. Unless they make a trade, which is possible, but I don't see it happening right now.
Yeah. I don't think their offense is good enough to overtake the Cardinals. It's just like there's no depth to it. It's only McCutchen and Marte, basically. Maybe Harrison on some days. Mm-hmm. But
I think their offense is and Neil Walker is also a startling development right now. After hitting his career high in home runs last year, he's been a mess pretty much so far. They actually, I don't know if people have realized this, they have one of the best outfields in the entire league, though. Polanco, Marte, McCutchen. I mean, I can't really think of one off the top of my head that's better than that.
Yeah, I'm thinking, I don't know.
You've been doing a lot of thinking lately.
Who?
You?
No, I haven't.
Oh, alright, my bad. My mistake. Vitas doesn't think.
Shut up there.
Yeah. So yeah, that's enough with the Pirates.
Yeah, next up, the Chicago Cubs. New manager in town, Joe Madden. A lot of young talent. Addison Russell, Chris Bryant, Soler, Lester. I mean, a lot of talent on this team, sitting at 39-30, 6.5 back, but winners of 4 straight, beat the Dodgers twice in a row. What do we think of them?
Again, like I said with the Pirates, they're unfortunately in the division with the Cardinals, so I don't think they're going anywhere in terms of winning the division anyway. But it's exciting. I mean, they've got just so many young, good players. Rizzo's great, obviously.
Kobe? Kobe's pretty good.
Yeah. And that guy Chris Bryant is doing pretty well already too.
Yeah, dude, Kobe, that's his cousin.
Yeah, that's what I know. I'm sorry.
It's not okay.
All right, well, at least I've been talking for the whole podcast, Vitas.
Dude, my God. Dude, oh my God.
It's a roast session.
It's the Javi Rants.
Dude, I mean, I don't know what to say. You're just not speaking. You're not putting in your effort, Vitas. I don't like this.
You
gotta say something. But anyway, Sorry about that, folks. Just Vitas doesn't know what he's talking about. The Cubs are exciting for the future, and they're already pretty good. Pitching wise, though, I felt like this for a while. I don't know why they signed John Lester to such a big deal. That just felt like something that's not Cubs like, and he hasn't been that great so far. I don't know if that's going to improve. It'll improve because Lester's good, very good pitcher, but to what extent, I'm not sure. And then they've got Jake Arrieta, who's I still think is very underrated for what he does. And he's been probably the best pitcher on their team right now. So there's that. But yeah, I don't really know what else to say about the Cubs. I mean, they're exciting. Hopefully they'll win, for the first time in 100 years.
Yeah, you got Anthony Rizzo, who's just an offensive monster.
Mm-hmm.
309. There's a 1-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio, which is incredible.
Wow. That's impressive.
15 home runs, 43 ribbies. I mean, he's pretty sick.
I think he's good.
H to the Rizzo.
I think he can play baseball.
But
Dude, but in a couple years, when you see Rizzo and Bryant in that 3-4 spot, oh my. Literally, just the thought of that, brought me to tears one day. Just crying of tears, of joy, man. That's such a great thing. And then maybe Russell in the 2 spot. So 2, 3, 4. Oh my.
And they still have a lot of kids still in the minors. They got Carl Edwards, who is a 40th top prospect. They got Kyle Schwarber, who
Sherbert. Oh boy, Sherbert.
Oh my lord.
No, he should be in the MLB, but they just don't want to admit it.
I mean,
Montero's been okay.
They say
he's been a good, serviceable catcher, but come on, I don't know if Sherbert can handle the catching range yet. Maybe they move him to the outfield.
The reason. I mean, if he wanted to move to the outfield, he'd be in the majors already. But he has said that he wants to stay a catcher, and that's why he's still in the minors.
No, come on, Sherbert. Dude, with all these catchers just not hitting anymore, I think the MLB is just gonna turn to all these catchers that can hit. They're just gonna stop catching and move to another position, like you see with Mauer.
Mm-hmm.
It's a taxing position.
It is. It really is. They got Almora, also at AA.
He's just struggling though.
He has.
I don't know about him.
They got Gleyber Torres.
Turning up this season.
High A ball. Still only 18 years old, but raking it in high A. Billy McKinney. The AA with Almora.
Yeah, that was a good trade for the Cubs.
Yeah, they got McKinney and Russell.
They basically gave Hamill away for nothing because they re-signed him.
Yep. Dwayne Underwood at high A. Just straight raking at high A. 1.85 ERA. 20 years old.
You said straight raking?
Yeah.
And he's a pitcher?
Yeah.
Okay, moving on. Next, we have, who do we have next?
We haven't talked about...
the Cubs, conclusion, the Cubs have a lot of good young players.
Yeah, pretty much. Next. Oh, no, hopefully they can... I want to see them in the playoffs, so hopefully they can snag a wild card spot this year. Because I think the Cardinals are running away with this division. Any last words on Chicago?
Nope.
Cincinnati, 32-37, 13.5 back. Joey Votto just raking 14 home runs, 300 average. Todd Frazier, batting 291, 23 home runs, 48 ribbies. I mean, some offensive firepower, but
Just not a good team overall.
after those two guys, I mean, Johnny Cueto, ERA under 3.
Yeah, and their pitching is lacking too. I mean, Homer Bailey, not that he was doing so great, but he's out for the season.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a bad after signing him to a huge extension before last year. It's just bad. I mean, the only thing I really care about with this team is what's going to happen to Johnny Cueto, because he's getting traded. I think I don't really see how he doesn't get traded.
I think they just need to blow it up. Honestly, they just need to start wheeling and dealing.
I mean, except for Billy Hamilton, maybe. Who is? I feel like a lot of players on this team are available.
Yeah, they're not trading Billy, but everyone else.
No, not Frazier either.
Given the right thing, you never know. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like he is a little bit older too. He's 29 maybe, which isn't old, but if you're gonna blow it up, there's a chance that they just completely just destroy everything.
Devin Mesoraco, great story last year. Just had hip surgery.
Is he done?
He's done. He's done for the year.
Wow. Let's see what are his final season stats?
178, 2 runs, 0 home runs, 2 RBI.
23 games.
All right, rest in peace to all the people who draft him in fantasy. Seriously. This guy had 25 home runs last year.
Yeah, he was a monster last year.
He was amazing last year. Now he's done. That's it.
He's probably playing through injury, so don't think too much of this season.
Yeah. I mean, and Zach Kozar's done for the season too.
They're a mess.
Yeah.
Not as bad as the Phillies, but they're a mess.
They should just give up this season, work towards next season.
Mm-hmm. Billy Hamilton needs to learn how to get on base too, because his base stealing ability is amazing. Everyone knows that, but he needs to actually get on base in order for that to work.
Yeah, pretty much. Now the team tied with the Phillies for the worst record in baseball, the Milwaukee Brewers.
Oof.
No.
26 and 46, 20 games under 500, 21 games back. I mean, beat the Mets last night, but just pretty awful.
They honestly just don't have any pitching at all. I don't think.
You don't like Matt Garza?
Have you seen the stats?
Yeah, no, I'm kidding.
Dude, Matt Garza has gotten mocked this season. He's giving up 105 hits in 87 innings. Dude, they literally have no pitching whatsoever. I mean, their offense is decent. They still have Braun, still have Gomez.
They have something of Braun, yeah.
But it's their offense isn't even that good. It's not as bad as some other teams, some other basement teams like the Phillies, but
it's still really bad though.
It's still pretty bad.
At least the Phillies have Hamels, in terms of pitching anyway.
No, yeah. Brewers have absolutely nobody.
I mean, K-Rod, I guess, good, the okay closer. Carlos Gomez, he's good, but can we just skip them? They're bad. They're not moving up, unless something miraculous happens.
And their farm isn't even that good either. They don't have that many players in the farm system. I mean, I think their best prospect may be Orlando Arcia, and he's a shortstop, and he's not even that big, an elite prospect.
Yeah.
Their future isn't even that good.
There's not much to really talk about the Brewers. I feel bad almost, like they have nothing.
Yeah, they're going to struggle for like the next couple of years unless somehow they trade all their star players and like develop good prospects, or like they can get big free agents. But like they have Garza on the books, and that contract looks terrible now.
And my boy Loesch, Kyle Loesch, 6.3 ERA. Oh, Jimmy Nelson, one of their only prospects, or someone to look out for in the coming years. Not doing well this year, and they have Lucroy back. But,
yeah.
Oh yeah, they have Lucroy. That's something, I guess.
Not doing well. I think he's been turning on since he came back, but I mean, not really.
Yeah.
It's just another ugly season for the Brewers. Do they have anything? They didn't really have anything in their minors either.
Yeah, they just.
I mean,
bro, I just said that.
Jeez, Cass, pay attention. Come on, man.
Sorry, ends the calls.
But yeah, should we move on?
Yep, on to the NL West. I mean, Dodgers. It's a pretty tight race through and through. Dodgers aren't really running away with anything. 39-33, only a game up on the Giants. What do we think of them? They have my Rookie of the Year, or NL Rookie of the Year, Jock. 19 home runs. That's my boy right there.
His power is for real.
He is a potential 2020 guy. I'm not sure how many. I mean, in the minors he was. As a team, these guys don't really steal any bases.
He's a 30-20 guy, possibly.
Yeah,
to be honest. Like, his power is legit. He hit one that was like 470 feet the other day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm telling you, he's good.
He plays good defense too.
Yeah, but these guys don't steal. Don Mattingly doesn't send anyone.
Mm-hmm.
J-Roll's leading the team with 6 steals. I mean, come on. Jock can run, I'm telling you.
Yeah, Rollins has been doing very well either.
No, Seager.
Seager.
Just call him up, man.
I
think they're done with Rollins. Just call him up.
Yeah, I mean,
their offense is, like, when you're a $300 million team, I think your offense is supposed to be good, and their offense is pretty good. They haven't performed to, like, their like, peak level, but still pretty good because they have a lot of depth. It's just, I think they just need, like a back in the rotation starters.
Yeah.
Fill in for Ryu and
they had
McCarthy.
They had McCarthy, went down for an injury.
Yep.
UCL tear, Tommy John. He's a great guy. Great fellow on Twitter. Hit him up.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just a quick word on offense. Puig, I think they're just really hoping that he becomes, like, a big star to just carry the offense. Almost similar to, like, the Nationals with Harper. I think he's fully capable of that. I think he will be at some point. He started off slow, but that's because he was hurt. So, interesting, little subplot to follow with the Dodgers will be that. And then I also want to see if Adrian Gonzalez, he started off historically well and hasn't really done much since. I mean, he's just been kind of iffy. Like, he's still going to be a great player, but this is one of those situations I feel like he used up all of his, like, production in, like, 1 week. I don't know if that makes sense, but that's just me.
I feel you. Let's see. Kershaw, I mean, he's been good by regular standards, but pretty bad by Kershaw standards.
Mm-hmm.
3.3 ERA. I mean, still has a ton of strikeouts. I mean,
131. That's crazy.
That's
so I think he's a guy who's going to be just destroying people soon. I just don't think that you have that many strikeouts, and then, you know, like at some point, I think everything's going to balance out for him.
Yeah. Zach Greinke, I mean, just incredible this season so far.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he gets hidden behind Kershaw a lot. He's great, and everyone, you know, they're deservedly so. They only talk about Kershaw, but Greinke's also really good. He's an ace. He's a number one starter on most other
any
teams.
other team.
Yeah.
Let's see. Anything else with the Dodgers you guys want to touch on?
Not really. I mean, they should win the division, but
Those pesky Giants.
yeah, those pesky Giants, man.
And speaking of those Giants, they're sitting at 1 game back. Mad Bum was dealing the other night. I should know I had him on my team. They're sitting at 38 and 34, game back. They're struggling. Only winners of 4 of the last 10, 2 straight. What do you think of them?
That's another team that's just a great organization. I mean, you look at their team heading into the season. They lose Sandoval. Then Hunter Pence starts off the year on the DL. And everyone's worried about Madison Bumgarner for the amount of innings he threw in the World Series.
I was
And
too.
what are they doing right now? They're second in the division to the Dodgers. And they're close. They're 1 game back behind the Dodgers. That's just what they do. I mean, Buster Posey's great. Everyone knows that. Bumgarner's great. Obviously, the innings thing doesn't seem to be a problem. And they are finding guys. Like, they do this all the time. Like, they find guys to contribute.
He has a Joshua Uri arm.
Mm-hmm. I mean, their new big guy that they found this year is Aoki. You know, like...
Well,
and then
not
Brandon
anymore.
Crawford. I mean...
Aoki fractured his left leg, so he's done for a little bit.
For a little bit, but I mean, like, in terms of just guys that they find, you know what I mean? Like, they just... I don't understand how they do it. They're just a really good organization. They know what they're doing.
Bruce Bochy, a great manager.
Oh, yeah. One of the game's best, for sure. I guess I'm just wondering if they can keep this up, but I guess I'm going to go with yes, they can, because they always do. I didn't think that they were going to be this good. I was wrong. But... And Hunter Pence is hurt again, so once he gets back, they're only going to get better. So, at this point, they're just the Giants. I mean, they're just a great team.
Yeah, dude. Like, they don't have that one star besides, like, Posey, but you knew it was a good... I had a feeling that if they lost Sandoval, it was going to be a good thing. Like, I mean, Sandoval played a good role for them in the World Series, but, like... He's just worth too much, and, like, he always got off to, like, a slow start and, like, just, like, picked it up, like, at the end of the season. Like, I don't like guys like that, I guess, but shout out Joe Panic. Joe Panic's been pretty good. I think he should start at second base for the NL. Saying that right now.
Yep. 302 average. Has some pop, 6 home runs. 27 ribbies. I mean... And, you know, Crawford's another one. 9 home runs, 275 average.
Yeah, but, Crawford with the bat and the glove this season. Oh, my.
Yeah. Crawford, probably one of the best all-around shortstops. I mean, shortstop is just there's a really offensive-less position.
I know, it's a lot better than the AL is terrible. AL, literally, I think it's so bad in the AL. I think the best shortstop is, like, Alcides Escobar, and he's hitting, like, 279 with, like, 2 home runs.
It's just, anyways.
You remember the old days with, like, his shortstop with a lot of pop?
Yeah,
like Hanley?
I mean, that's third base for us. That's our third base. That's where all the power is now.
Oh, and shout out Chris Heston.
Chris Heston, yep. Good young player.
And his
no-hitter.
His no-hitter.
His domino
a few weeks back.
How about Tim Lincecum? I mean...
It's not vintage Tim, but it's
not, but it's
better.
It's better than what we've seen.
Yeah, it's an improvement.
His ERA is under 4, which, For Tim Lincecum, after the last couple of years, we'll take that.
Crazy how much he fell off.
Tim Hudson, Ryan Vogelson back at the end rotation. I mean, mid-4 ERAs. Just yeah. I mean, that's pretty much it with the Giants. Next up is the Arizona Diamondbacks. 34-36, 4 games back. Playing about 500 ball. Goldie Dansby. First overall pick. But yeah, I mean, they have Paul Goldschmidt, Yasmani, AJ Pollock, Inciarte when he was healthy. I mean, those are 3 guys that are hitting over 300 and have a little pop to them. Goldie. I mean, well, first of all, Goldie is just otherworldly right now. I mean, this is like just under Bryce Harper. 355 average, 19 home runs, 57 ribbies. I mean...
Yeah, he's a video game right now.
12 stolen bases.
Yeah, that's crazy. For first baseman, that's, like, unheard of.
It was crazy. Yasmani Tomas, the highly touted rookie out of Cuba, batting .315, right?
How many home runs?
Only 3 home runs.
That's like the exact opposite of what I thought he was going to do.
Yeah, everyone thought that he had a lot of power, but wasn't going to hit for average. Probably did something to his swing down in the minors, but he's looking good. He really is. And Pollock, 310 average.
Oh my, Pollock. Oh my.
9 home runs, 14 stolen bases. I mean,
woo! Pollock should be an all-star. Like, I don't know. I think he'll get it. I think they'll get him in. Like, I think at one point, I thought he should have started. Mm-hmm. Like, he's been that good.
For sure.
Yeah.
I like that they traded Trumbo.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, but I think the reason that this team is so bad is just it has no pitching. Like, there's zero like Vidal Nuno. They have Vidal Nuno in the bullpen. But Chase Anderson, Jeremy Hellickson, Ruby De La Rosa, Josh Colemanter. I mean, those are guys that don't even, like, start.
Wait a second. Bro, I'm pretty sure they traded him.
Who?
Oh, Vidal.
Nuno.
They traded him to Seattle, you're right.
With Trumbo, so they can get him away.
Yeah, we're all caught up, as you can see.
No, he's at Seattle right now, that's right.
No, dude. They have, but their offense isn't even that good either. Like, I think they have some pieces, but it's not there right now. They have a big hole at shortstop.
Chris Owings?
Chris Owings is pretty good, but he's not, like, I don't think he'll be, like,
he's pretty
above average starter. He's like an average starter, not like above average.
He's pretty much, they have the rookie Nick Ahmed, who plays shortstop, but I think he's back in the minors, but they have Archie.
He's in the MLB.
He's a rookie. They have Archie Bradley, who one of their top prospects, their top prospect, kind of struggling in MLB right now. He got a 5.8 ERA, but he's someone to look forward to going forward. Then they got Brandon Shipley, who was a first-round pick 2 years ago. Struggling in Double-A, but he's another person. One of their highlights.
Aaron Blair, too?
Aaron Blair was a competitive balance pick. So
dude, these next
technically
two
a first-round pick.
These next 2 teams are going to be so interesting. These next 2 teams, dude. Last 2 teams we talked about, oh my. I feel like there's going to be a lot to be said about them.
Yeah.
I mean, the Diamondbacks, they have a nice future. They're not a good team, but there's, like, hope, though. Like,
there are pieces. There are pieces.
Yeah, there are pieces. And they have some good prospects for pitchers, too.
You're starting to see, like, where they're going to fall. Some nice pieces. They got Dansby Swanson, first pick of the draft.
No one will understand that, but okay.
All right. On to the 35 and 38 San Diego Padres. 4.5 back, playing pretty much 500 ball recently. Fired their manager.
Yeah.
Bob Black hired Pat Murphy. They got Pat Murphy. Just a complete roster overhaul, and one of their big pickups, Justin Upton. Has been producing like one. 270 average, 13 home runs, 43 ribbies.
Yeah, but he's been doing good.
Yeah, that's not that bad.
Yeah,
he's been doing really good. He's just in a slump, and that's what Justin Upton always does. He's a really streaky player, but the problem really is that he's carrying that offense.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And when you have a streaky guy carrying your offense, that means you're just going to have stretches in which you just don't score. And you're starting to see that. Will Myers, though, your boy, was doing really well until he got hurt, though, so I'll give him that.
Yeah,
but
out for 8 weeks.
Kemp, oof. Keep saying oof. Then you look at Matt Kemp, who they acquired from the Dodgers. I didn't feel good about him just because of the fact that the Dodgers traded him right when he started to do well again. And I hope that he does better for the Padres' sake. But they just, for all the moves that they did, the offense still just isn't really there.
Yeah. They got nice pitchers, but they're just not performing this year. Like Tyson Ross, he had a very nice outing, complete game shutout, was it, right?
Yeah.
No.
Or no?
Wasn't a shutout.
Wasn't a shutout.
Well, it's a complete game, or close to it. I brought his ERA down to a 3.61. Big game James, sitting at 3.75. Thing with him, he's given up so many home runs, but all the home runs have been solo home runs. So,
they have a really nice rotation on paper. I really do like it. They've got Ross, Cashner, Shields. I like their rotation on paper, but they haven't been all that great. Yeah, especially Cashner. I don't know what's wrong with him. Maybe he's hurt, but he's been really bad. I keep saying oof. And I don't really know where they're going to improve. Oh, and the Craig Kimbrell trade. That was just kind of...
That was a bad trade.
I don't know what they were like. Because they had a pretty capable closer. Yeah, he's not as good as Kimbrell, but... what? It just didn't make a lot of sense.
It's a closer, too. What are you giving up so many good prospects for?
That was a mistake. The Padres, though, just after just coming out of nowhere and making all these moves. But unfortunately, they're in fourth. I don't know how that's going to change, really, based on what we've seen so far. Hopefully they can, bounce back in some way, but Padres have been disappointing. That's really all I have to say about them.
Yeah, pretty much. Not much. Not much to talk about.
All right, well, let's talk about that last team.
And that last team is the Colorado Rockies, sitting at 31-39, 7 back. Have won 3 straight, but
no
playing.
Dude, when that offense, they have absolutely no pitching. They have a couple prospects coming in, John Gray.
Yeah.
But when that offense is healthy,
it's great.
It's at least top 5. It's one of the best in the league when it's fully healthy.
It's great, but they probably have worse pitching than the Brewers. There's just nobody.
That could also be a product of their environment. They play in Colorado.
Coors Field is just a nightmare for people to pitch at.
They only have 2 pitchers whose ERA below 3. Neither of them are starters.
Yeah, they're... I guess the only thing that's really worth monitoring with this is Tulowitzki, whether or not he gets traded, which I don't think he'll be traded, just because the asking price is going to be too big, and that they won't be able to get good value on him, so I just think that they're not going to move him. that's really it. I mean, Nolan Arenado's really great. He's a great young player.
Mhm.
Elite third baseman already. But that's it. That's all I'm going to say about them, honestly.
Yeah, I mean it's a pretty ugly team. I mean Tyler Matzik, Jordan Lyles, and John Gray, like you said, three young pitchers to look at going forward. But with them playing at Coors Field, Eddie Butler, with them playing at Coors Field, I mean, they're not going to win by pitching.
Yeah, they're off, but they're off. I'm telling you, their offense is like so good. I think.
Yeah, their
I
offense is
think
great.
that Blackman, like I thought he wasn't that good, but then he's doing like the same as last year. So I guess he's starting to trend upward.
Mhm.
They have Tulo, Arenado, DJ.
Lemieux.
There you go. He's having a good season. Cargo.
Yeah,
Cargo is
Cargo.
always
He's good, but
I'm done talking about Cargo. Like, I think he's done. To be honest,
Yeah, he can be done.
Corey Dickerson's really good.
Fortunately, he got hurt again.
Yeah.
But yeah, Rockies, no pitching. They've got two superstar players, not right now. Well, one of them isn't, I don't think, a star anymore, in Cargo. And I think they want to trade them, but they can't really. It's just not working out for them. Only thing I'm paying attention to with the Rockies is if they're able to trade some of these offensive guys for something for the future. But otherwise, that's really it.
Yeah.
Want to wrap it up?
That's pretty much it. All right, let's go through. We didn't do this when we went through divisions, but division winners. NL
Okay.
NL East division winner.
The Washington Nationals will win the NL East.
AV.
Yeah, I picked them to go to the World Series.
Yep, I agree. Nationals. Central. Who you guys got?
The St. Louis Cardinals will win.
AV.
Yeah, I agree. Too much pitching.
I agree also. NL West. Who you guys got? Javi.
The Dodgers will make it. They'll do it. I think that they finally come in first right now.
AV.
I think this is hard between the Dodgers and Giants. I'll go with the Dodgers.
Mhm.
I think they have enough. I mean, they just have too much more than the Giants. Too much pitching. No, they don't have too much pitching. They just have too much of everything.
They have
More
too many
than-
star players.
More than the Giants.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with the Giants.
All right.
I can never go against my boy Mac Bum. All right, who represents? Two wildcard teams. Who you guys got?
They will be the Pittsburgh Pirates and the San Francisco Giants.
Yep. I got the Pirates and the Dodgers.
I'll go Giants. I'll go Pirates.
Actually, let me change that. I'm gonna go Cubs and Giants. Or Cubs and Dodgers.
Okay.
Who represents the NL in the World Series?
The Pittsburgh Pirates.
I'll go with the Dodgers.
Hold up. Reading podcast, you said the Nationals.
What is going on? He's pulling a bee from yesterday.
I'm going with the Nationals.
Yeah, fine. Nationals.
Oh, man. MVP right now?
MVP for the National League? That is Bryce Harper.
I agree.
I'll go Goldschmidt.
And I agree
Goldie.
with the Goldschmidt thing, but it's Harper just because of the fact that they're in first. Although that doesn't carry as much.
No, not in
It's
baseball,
in
dude.
baseball. No, I agree, but I think that it's going to be Harper. Like, this is why I think that they'll vote him.
All right. Well, there you have it. That's all the time we have for today. I got to go. So does Javier. AV probably has got stuff to do.
The Cy Young.
Oh, Cy Young.
Cy Young.
Max Scherzer.
Steve Young, Steve.
Come on, we got to go. Scherzer.
Cy Young will be
We don't have
Garrett Cole. Bold prediction.
Who?
Garrett Cole.
Okay.
Jared Cole.
Carrot goal. All right. That's all. We gotta go. That's all the time we have for today.
I mean,
All right, Bo Gardner.
Max Scherzer.
Max Scherzer. There you go. Both league MVP, Cy Young. All right. That's all the time we have for today.
Take that shower.
As always, I'm Mike. For Javi and Alex, I'm Mike, and we will see you on the next one. We'll probably get one in within the next couple days or so. Hopefully, we'll see.
We're so organized,
Probably July 1st.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see how everything goes. All right. Peace out.